Hey North Star, welcome to Digging Deeper, where we help you lock eyes with Jesus and take a step towards Him. Today's scripture reading is Acts chapter 4, verse 34 through 37. God's word says this: "For there was not a needy person among them, because all those who owned lands or houses sold them, brought the proceeds that were sold and laid them at the apostles' feet. This was then distributed to each person that had any need. Joseph, a Levite from Cyprus by birth, the one the apostles called Barnabas, which is translated son of encouragement, sold a field he owned, brought the money, and laid it at the apostles' feet." This Sunday at North Star, Mike walked us through the life of Barnabas and what we learned from his life of encouragement. So this week, we're going to dive deeper as well into the life of Barnabas as recorded in Acts 4, Acts 9, and Acts 11. So Barnabas, which is translated as son of encouragement. This is a nickname that was given to this man named Joseph, who was a prominent member of the early church. And what a compelling name to give a member of the church. I mean, this kind of makes me wonder, like, what do you think your church would nickname you? What do you think the church would nickname me? Or maybe don't think about that too long. But regardless, encouragement is the Greek word paraklesis, and it's used throughout the Bible to describe this. It's the act of emboldening another in belief or course of action. It's the idea of lifting another's spirit, or it's the idea of bringing comfort or consolation. So let's think about it this way. Barnabas is the son of emboldening others in the faith in Jesus Christ. That Barnabas is the son of lifting another's spirit, and that Barnabas is the son of bringing comfort and consolation. Verse 37 tells us that Barnabas sold a field that he owned and brought the profit from the sale and laid it at the apostles' feet for the work of the church. Barnabas, through this act, is emboldening the apostles and is lifting the spirits of those who will be blessed by its profits. But maybe today you don't have a field to sell, but we can still all be encouragers. Paul David Tripp, who's a pastor, states that we should encourage people in three aspects, and I want to share them with us today. Number one is we want to encourage people with the presence of Christ, with this truth, this reality that Christ is with us, that He's with us in the mess and He's with us in the beauty. And then number two, we want to encourage people with the promises of Christ, that we want to connect the transforming promises of Christ to everyday life, that God's scripture is full of not floaty rainbows and butterflies, but hard-wrenching truths that we can root our reality in. And number three, we want to encourage people and their potential in Christ, that our hope and our help in trouble never rests on the shoulders of our wisdom or our strength or our character, but rather when we see that it is Christ with us, that it is Christ in us, that we realize that we have much more to rely on than ourselves. "For I have been crucified with Christ. It's no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me," as Paul says in Galatians. So today, I want to challenge us. Let's make a deliberate effort to encourage someone. It could be as simple as a text message, or it could be as beautiful as reminding someone that Jesus Christ is with them today. But regardless, let's embolden one another. Let's lift one another's spirit, and let's be the first to bring comfort and consolation. Let's pray. Our Father, we thank you for your word. Pray that by the power of your Spirit, God, this life of Barnabas would echo into our story today, and that we would encourage people. God, I pray that we would be the ultimate courage givers. We'd be the ultimate spirit lifters, that we would be, God, the ultimate comforters in people's times of need. God, help us to give courage today where courage is needed. And we pray this, Father, through the Son and by the Spirit. Amen.